Hi there, this is Java Jim with First Line Equipment, and today we're going to discuss water pressure regulation for your espresso machine and some other little requirements when it comes to water line pressure and plumbing in your espresso machine. The first thing, which I don't have here because we don't sell them, they have to be typically installed by a plumber, especially in a commercial environment, office environment, or you can install them yourself in your home or hire a plumber. But you'll see some examples right here of shutoff valves. There's the twist ones and then the quick shutoff valves. It's really important to have that in case there's a leak on your machine. You quickly shut off the water. Also for any type of maintenance that needs to be done, to be able to shut the water off in case it needs to be disconnected or so forth. So really important to have that close to the espresso machine. Once you come in from there, you need to regulate the water pressure, okay? And there's a few reasons why you want to regulate the water pressure. If the pressure's too low and the pump is trying to pull the water, what happens is you're creating more stress on the pump and or the motor, and the pump will last less or not last as long. And the other downside is it causes cavitation. It's pulling so much that the hose tends to move and you can get a lot of vibration due to the cavitation. Now, what is the normal pressure? Well, it depends. Typically, waterline pressure should be between 35 and 40 psi. Okay, and typically it's a little over 2 bar. And typically you want to be around 2.5 to 3 bar. I have seen waterline pressures go as high as 80 or 90 psi. So the opposite ends up happening. There's too much waterline pressure. Doesn't really hurt the pump that much, but what it can do, and I've seen this, where the shutoff valve or the refill probe for the boiler, there's so much waterline pressure that it overfills the steam boiler and you have too much water in there. That's one. Number two, I've seen where valves internally get blown open and water starts leaking into the steam boiler, which overfills and goes through the safety valve on the steam boiler. And we'll be going over that further down the road on the series of videos about these components. And in some cases, it can open up, if it gets way too high, the overpressure valve. And in all these instances, you will have major leaks. And you can have a lot of destruction from water. And a gallon of water goes a long way. So you need to regulate the pressure between 35 and 40 psi. Last I checked, one manufacturer who we no longer sell anymore, you actually have to regulate it to 22 psi. I'm not sure why, but their instruction manual says. So always look at the instruction manual. If it doesn't say anything, try to be between 35 and 40 psi. Here we have a product that we sell by BWT. Again, you may have to hire a plumber, but it shows you in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 bar, and you can watch one of my other videos. You can literally regulate the pressure while the machine is not on. You'll see the pressure go up and down, and basically you can lock it, and it regulates the pressure. If the machine has a gauge that shows the pressure right after the pump, sometimes you will see it on the machine gauge what the pressure is, but that's not always a good reading, and it doesn't regulate. Okay, this regulates, and it's really important if you're plumbing in to use pressure regulation, okay, for the reasons that I have indicated. Let's move on to the next segment.